resources that have been in some major cities in the U.S. President Trump says he wants to combat crime that is happening like we were seeing in Washington, D.C. with that approach, also in Chicago. But now the move has turned to Memphis, Tennessee. And we want to go out there live right now. Fox News' Asher Red is on the ground there in Memphis. And Asher, what are you seeing right now from a federal response in Memphis?
Well, Mike, the most visual part of this task force would be the National Guard, and we're not seeing any soldiers wearing camo walking the streets quite yet. But this operation started on Monday night, and Attorney General Pam Bondi says they're already starting to see those results happen. This morning, Bondi posted on X that the feds have already arrested 9 people and seized 2 illegal guns. She also says the U.S. Marshals deputized 219 National Guard troops, and she says this is just the beginning.
Okay.
In 2025, they've already had 149 homicides, and it's going to stop, and it's going to stop now. We're going to protect all of these great cities around the country, and we're going to go in and help all of them, one by one.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee says National Guard troops will not be armed and they won't be making any arrests unless law enforcement asks them to. The city says the Guard is serving as an extra set of eyes and ears for local police in high crime neighborhoods and in tourist hotspots. In 2024, Memphis had the country's highest violent crime rate. But since then, Part 1 crimes in the city are down over 20%. The FBI considers these to be the most serious crimes like murder, rape, and aggravated assault, among others. And that's making some people here question whether a National Guard presence is really needed.
Could see mixed signals to our tourists that's coming, seeing all of that may scare them or deter them from coming and things of that nature.
I think that the police and the fire department do a great job, and this is almost a slap in the face to some of those city employees and stuff.
All right, listen. The problem with a lot of these people that they're probably interviewing is just 2 things. Either they flat out lying or they don't reside in the actual city of Memphis. They might be on the outskirts. You got Collierville, Germantown, Bartlett, all these different places that are centered around Memphis, but they're not actually Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, you get exactly those, like any other city. You got your suburbs and places, and you have your inner city. You get what I'm saying. The point of what I'm saying is that these people do not stay in the city, so they don't really care about if the National Guard's here or not, because where they stay and reside, there's not much crime anyway because of where they stay at. Talk to the people that are actually in the proximity of where crime is happening. Absolutely. National Guard. I could bet my bottom line money on it that they absolutely National Guard there. I'm telling you, they do. But for some reason, people like him, and the other guy was kind of 50-50, so I ain't going to talk about him. But this guy right here, I don't believe he actually stays in the city. And if he does, he stays somewhere that's very secluded, and he probably ain't getting that much. That's just the truth. I'm going to keep letting this video roll.
In extra help or a show of force.
Bondi and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth will be in Memphis tomorrow to tour the command center and see how this operation works. Mike?
Yeah, sure. It's so interesting to see some of the reaction there on the ground from the citizens. It would almost seem that, if you lived in the area, you would maybe want as much help that you can to try to maybe clamp down on the crime. But others see it a different way. And the 2 that you interviewed there, it seemed they feel like it's more of a detriment. Is that the feeling that you got?
Well, Mike, ironically enough, the people who live in the not so great neighborhoods or maybe the more high crime neighborhoods, they're saying they want the Guard, especially the business owners there who have dealt with break-ins in the past. I spoke with one of those guys yesterday as well, and he says he's an Air Force veteran and he wants the Guard in Memphis, but a lot of the people who don't live in those neighborhoods are against it. That's what I'm seeing from here on the ground.
Asher Rad, that is such a great viewpoint there, and I think so many people are going to zero in.
Listen, like I said, the reality is a lot of people that don't care about whether or not that disagree with the National Guard coming, they don't stay in the proximity of those places where the high crimes happen, where the break-ins are happening, the car thefts, and the hidden runs happening. Listen, there are so many hidden runs that happen on a weekly basis in Memphis that probably don't get reported, that I think is even crazier than anything else. And that's just the reality of it. They just don't understand. Like, I don't understand my people sometimes. Do we want accountability, or do we not? Do we want to clean up our cities, our streets, to keep them from being gentrified, or not? Like, what do we really want? I don't understand. But listen, make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos drop. Let me know how you felt about this one. Do you believe that Memphis, Tennessee actually needs the National Guard, or do you side with the other two people that he interviewed, saying that no, the National Guard needs to stay away? Memphis PD has it all taken